Hello everyone, my name is Junbert Rico Esparagera, and for today's video, I'll be going to continue to report the Region 4A, which is the Calabar Zone. But before that, I'll be going to recall the topic introduction of Calabar Zone. So as we all know that Calabar Zone is officially stylized in all caps, sometimes referred to as a Southern Tagalog, or what we call this Timog Katagalugan. So Calabarzon is designated as the Region 4A, so one of the administrative region in the Philippines. So Calabarzon has this ethnic group, the Tagalog people, who are the majority Austronesian inhabitants and Calabarzon provinces. So we have this mixed urbans, the different cities, municipalities, and provinces. In rural landscape, we have these mountains, agricultural plains, and coastal areas. So in Batangas, we have these codes that what we call all here, so near. So it means where the place is located conveniently close to Metro Manila. So administrative region in the Philippines, the Calabarzon is also called the economic growth, and it also called as the industrial powerhouse. So Calabarzon has these historical sites like volcanoes, lakes, and diverse coastal spots. So what are these diverse coastal spots? We have these different landforms, marine life, activities, ecosystem, and culture. So in mixed urban means residential, commercial life, or office, civic, and recreational spaces. Like the goal of Calabarzon is to live, work, play without needing to travel far. So Calabarzon stylized in all cap because it's an acronym of the 5 provinces. So that's why what we call Southern Tagalog, that means it is the historical and cultural homeland of the Tagalog people. So Calabarzon is one of the 17 administrative regions in the Philippines. So the Calabarzon city density ranking. So they have this ranking city in Calabarzon. The first is San Pedro, second one is Binyan, Cabuyao, Santa Rosa, and Calamba. So in Dasmariñas and Cavite, so we have this commercial hub, the big mall and retail, the business and district, the universities, hospital, transport link, and industrial support. So in Lipa and Batangas, we have this what we call Little Room of the Philippines because of its strong concentration of the Catholic religion. Okay, so let's move on. So the Philippine Independence Day held on June 12, 1898. So the first Philippine president was General Emilio Aguinaldo, that he is a revolutionary general led by the Katipunan forces and Cavite on the year 1896. So he led by the Philippine Revolution versus Spain. So the first president in the Philippines is the youngest Filipino president at age of 29. So the hometown of Emilio Aguinaldo is in Kawit, Cavite, now called the Aguinaldo Shrine, where the flag was raised for the first time. So the provinces revolted against the Spaniards are the Cavite, Laguna, Batangas. So revolted means the refusal to accept the foreign sovereignty, protecting oppression, unjust taxes, forced labor, and the thief of land. So let's move on to the story of Macario Sakay. So Macario Sakay is betrayed by Filipino labor leader and politician who is Dr. Dominador Gomez on 1906. So Macario Sakay is a Filipino General President in Tagalog Republic. So Sakay is surrendered on July 20, 1906, executed or hanged on September 13, 1907. That's a 1-year gap. And as Sakay is arrested during a welcome party in Manila. So who is Dr. Dominador Gomez? So he is a labor leader, physician, and assemblyman. So he has the relationship with the American because Dominador Gomez used him as an intermediary because Sakay respected him. So because of the false negotiation together with the Americans, so Macario Sakay is executed because of the false negotiations. And American used his friend Dominador Gomez to arrest Sakay. Okay, let's move on. So, why should Manila annex the province of Morong? So, during the Spanish era, Distrito de Morong separate military district covered towns coast of Manila like the Antipolo, Binangunan, Cardona, Morong, Baras, Tanay, Pililia, and Halahala. So, during on June 11, 1901, American abolished Distrito de Morong and changed into province Rizal, named after the national hero, Philippine national hero, Jose Rizal. So, in today, Morong is now just a town in Rizal. Okay, so let's continue. So, as we all know that in Calabarzon, the regional center of Calabarzon is the Calamba, and Antipolo in the Rizal is the most populous city in the region and also the largest city in Calabarzon. So the Dasmariñas in Cavite often considered the populous and progressive city in Cavite, functioning as a key hub commercial. And Lipa in Batangas is widely considered one of the most prominent, progressive, and well-known places in Batangas, renowned as the Little Rome, as what I've discussed earlier. So due to its numerous churches and religious sites. So we have this, the Calabarzon is an acronym for the 5 provinces, which is the Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon. So that's what we call Calabarzon. So in the Philippine flag, so we have this, the 8 primary rays of the sun found in the Philippine flag represent the first 8 provinces, including the Batangas, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, Manila, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, and Tarlac. So Calabarzon, due to its size, like its big size, and the region 4A was split into 2 separate regions. So region 4A is Calabarzon and the region 4B is Mimaropa. So the Aurora was transferred to region 3, Central Luzon. So the next year, Arroyo signed Executive Order number 246, which declared Calamba as the regional center of the region, as what I've said earlier.